Imagine being a sole provider of your child and you're still paying child support. You go back and forth to the courts, you do everything you can, but you still don't get relief. It's gonna lead you down the road to understand one thing. This system, for many, is undoubtedly absolutely broken. But the question is, when are we gonna actually try to fix it?
So I've been on child support for 17 years. I've been having my son for the past 4 years. He turned 18 in August. He graduated in 2.5 months. I'm still paying child support to this day.
Just when I thought things couldn't get worse between my ex-husband and I, it actually did. And he showed me a level to him and a side to him that I've never, ever experienced before. So early last week, he told me that now that he is caring for the boys full time while I prepare to move, he got for me away. Again, that's totally fine. I'm leaving the country. You don't owe me anything like that. That car was to make taking the kids from A to B easier. Totally fine. Here's the bit that threw me. He is saying that I need to pay him child maintenance. So I need to pay him child support, he said. And I was like, sorry, what exactly do you mean?
So I always say it's important to just bring in stats and statistics when you're talking about sensitive areas to avoid arguments and just to really back yourself up. A lot of times men are portrayed as the ones who don't really want to take care of their kids. And I understand why. There's a trope about the single family household and it's always a mother and their child, and it's not really a father and a child. But what people don't understand is that fathers in general do pay child support. And when it comes down to it, there's more women who don't pay child support to the father than fathers who don't pay child support to the women.
He literally repeated himself and said that now that he has the boys, I have to pay him child support. Now, mind you, I have been self-employed for over a year, and you know what it's like when you're starting a business. It's not like I have the financial securities or the financial pulling power as I did while I was an EA.
And to back this up, I got the census report for custodial mothers and fathers and their child support. And basically, 32% of custodial fathers who are owed child support receive nothing, while only 25% of mothers receive nothing. Why is that? Well, in a lot of cases, the fathers go to court, they get stifled, or just in general, the fathers don't say anything. They just believe it's their responsibility. They're too embarrassed in many cases to say anything, and they just go and they just keep the kids and take care of the kids.
I'm still paying child support to this day. At first I was mad about it. At first I was, this gotta be a scam. This ain't legal. This like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was doing each and everything to try to figure out, like, why is it keep going on? Like, why is I'm still paying child support? I'm going from back and forth to court, back and forth to court, back and forth to court.
Are men treated differently than women in the court system? In my humble opinion, men are treated differently and often worse in the court system. Despite the notion of equality under the law, there's a prevailing bias that leans against men, particularly in certain types of cases. Take family court, for example. It's no secret that custody battles tend to favor women, with many men feeling sidelined and unfairly judged based on outdated gender stereotypes.
And far as child support goes, what the paying parent really wants to know is that the money is being used for the child, to maintain the child, to take care of the child, because a lot of times, a lot of folks feel like this money goes for other things, for leisure things, things that have nothing to do with the child, or other children that they have nothing to do with. And that is not their responsibility.
I think child support should be put on a card that you get to track what it's being spent on. I think it's amazing for a man to take care of his kid, but I think what's not amazing is for him to not know where the money is going. Name anything that you do where you pay the money and you don't know where it's going. You pay taxes. That's how we get the roads fixed. That's how we get the police officer paid for, the fire department. That's what taxes pay. Men, for the most part, pay child support not knowing what she's doing with the money. And I just think it should be on a card. So now we can keep up and know. I want to know where my money going.
I'm not saying that it's anyone's fault, but what I am saying is that whoever has the responsibility to pay should be paying. No ifs, ands, or buts. If the penalties are not the same, then the system, by definition, is broken. And many of us believe that, in fact, the system is broken. When you go further down with the metrics, you see fathers who have any child support agreement is about 41%. Fathers with no support, even with an agreement, that's about 32%, what we alluded to earlier. And fathers who receive partial support is 23%. Fathers who receive full support, 45%. So there are fathers out there taking care of their children, and there are fathers, just like the case that we're about to look at now, that really don't get the help that they should be getting. Polite savages.
So you think your life up right now? Let me tell you a little story. So I've been on child support for 17 years.
That's a long time.
17 years I've been paying child support.
Okay. It's your job, bud.
I've been having my son for the past 4 years. He turned 18 in August. He graduated in 2.5 months. I'm still paying child support to this day. I'm still paying child support to this day. At first I was mad about it. At first I was, this gotta be a scam. This ego, this like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was doing each and everything to try to figure out, like, why is it keep going on? Like, why is I'm still paying child support? I'm going from back and forth to court, back and forth to court, back and forth to court. Talking to the judge. She telling me,
this is definitely one of those situations where you have to have an attorney. Now, I understand that a lot of times you cannot afford an attorney. You can't afford it. But if you're going back and forth to court, that means you're taking time off of work. It means you're under stress. It means you're already getting taxed anyway, my guy. You might as well try to scrounge up the money, borrow it, do whatever you have to do to get an attorney involved, because it is crazy. I can't even understand how this happens, that somebody would pay child support when the child lives with you.
it ain't nothing to do. How it ain't nothing you can do when I have the child. When the child lives with me and I'm still paying child support, right? How is it even? It don't even make no sense. She can't even make no sense of it. She couldn't even make no sense of it. So the thing I did was I just kept pushing. Even though I know, like, okay, it's got to end one of these days. It's got to end. It's got to stop one of these days. So I just kept pushing. Yeah, at times I was getting mad. At times I was complaining. Let me tell you something, right? To this day right now, I'm having to still come out my pocket to feed him. I got to still come out my pocket to pay his senior fees, his prom fees, cap and gown fees. I still got to come out my pocket to paying all this stuff with no help. Ain't nobody offering no help. His mama, she over there getting the child support money, and she still ain't doing with the money.
So hold on a second. So many times we hear about the opposite of this. So many times we hear about a man who's just, he's not doing his job. And I always say, if you're not taking care of your child, man or woman, you are just not the type of person I ever want to be around. I can think of a whole bunch of colorful language to call you. I don't even have the energy to go into it anymore. You're just not the type of person we need in our society if you're not going to take care of your children and you're able to. But we don't hear about the people who collect money at times, men or women, when they're not supposed to. We just don't hear about it. And this is a side of a story that needs to come out. And it doesn't make a difference what gender it is, but something tells me, and I don't have the proof to verify it, but something tells me that if it was a woman and she was talking about this situation, and if she went back and forth to court, that the courts would rectify it quicker. This guy's been back and forth to court many times. He must have a really bootleg attorney. I don't know what to say. He must have a horrible attorney. Or he doesn't have an attorney, obviously. He needs to get himself an attorney. If he has an attorney, he needs to change attorneys. But this is absolutely unacceptable, and it's just crazy. I don't know what to call. I don't want to be hyperbolic, but it's extraordinary that you would be paying so much money and then turn around and you still have your child with you. So, he's getting double dipped on it. It's just no other way around it.
She don't even help out at all. She don't even call and be like, hey, nothing. So if you think you going through something, how you think I feel? I've been going through this for the past 4 years. And I just keep
4
waking up every
years.
day, still doing what I'm supposed to do.
And this is commendable. He's doing his job. He's still taking care of his child. He's not out here yelling. He's not out here. He hasn't even called the lady out of her name. He's handling it like an adult. He's upset. And I really think that we need to not even magnify it on the people. We need to really boil down to the crux of the situation. It's the court system. There's no way that you should have your child with you and still paying as if your child's not with you. Is there more to the story? I'm sure there is, but what I'm saying is that it should stop instantly. If there was rears for it, it should be reversed instantly. And if she has to pay because she was getting money when she wasn't supposed to, then well, she was going to have to pay. Just like if he was getting the money he wasn't supposed to, he should have to pay it back. But the person who's really suffering is the person with the child, and the child suffering, because the child is subject to the stress that this person's under. The child is subject to the financial issues that's in the house because of this. So the child's suffering more than anything. So the system that claims that it wants to really take care of the children and put the children's needs above everything else, including your constitutional rights when it comes down to it. And courts say they do it all the time. They'll violate your rights. It's in the interest of the child. You know, the family courts say this. They're actually hurting the child in this case because the child is under stress that it should not be under.
Still grinding. Still getting up every day.
Still working.
And days I be like, man, and days I be like, I don't want to do this no more. So you just got to keep going, keep pushing.
Absolutely.
Because your time gonna come. You can't be lazy though. You got to get your ass up. You got to do something to where it's gonna get you to grow. It's gonna get you better. Every day I wake up, I'm doing something to try to make some kind of extra money, some kind of money somewhere so I won't be even worried about that. Because at the end of the day, she gonna be hurting when he graduate, when he turn 18. It's gonna affect her. It's gonna be up from here for me.
Very good point. If you're getting money and you're not putting it out, you are going to be very used to that money. This happens all the time. It's called lifestyle creep. You're going to be used to the money. You're going to be used to getting what you're going to get, and you're not going to be ready for it just to go away. You're not going to be ready for that. And we see it a lot. We see a lot of folks like, what am I going to do now? It's not his fault. I got to commend this young man. I got to commend this individual. He's out here, he's doing his job, and he's not bitter. He said, I got to go and I got to make something else happen to make sure ends meet so I can stay up. I got to give him his props for that, because a lot of folks, they come on the internet, they're crouse, they're angry, they're profane. He's not really like that. He's pretty calm. He's just handling his business. He's almost stoic about it. So, you know, we got to give him props where props is due.
Because it's still up for me right now.
Right on, man.
So if you think you're going through something, just keep pushing. Just keep going. It's going to get better for you. It's going to get better for you. Don't sit there whining about it. Just somebody always going through something worse than what you're going through, which I know somebody going through some things worse than what I'm going through. It's just one thing I'm going through. I got a whole lot of other more worse shit that I'm going through. But I just keep pushing. Because everybody going through something behind closed doors, so keep pushing.
And I really want to say one thing. The system is broken. We just got to admit the system's broken, and it's not going to get better unless we just say it's broken. Both men and women are affected by it, right? Women, you are going to have to come to the table and say, hey, the system, even though it benefits me at times, it's broken. And men, you're going to have to speak up. There's a lot of suffering in silence. I mean, at times I think that men are just, maybe we're programmed by society, whatever you want to call it. People say this or that. Maybe we're just programmed to just grit our teeth, bear down and take it. A lot of times we feel unheard, but this gentleman here, he came and he approached it logically. But what he needs to do is get himself an attorney, especially the statistics of how many men actually are not getting child support who have their kid is a lot higher than women in the country. And that's just something that I didn't know, but it was U.S. Census. It's a statistic. We have to go by the data and just govern ourselves accordingly.
You should not be paying child support to her, and the child lives with you. Are you giving him the money back?
No.
What are you doing with the money?
I spend it on her schooling. And
You spend it on what?
using it to pay for her schooling.
To pay for her school, but she does not live with you. You know what? How much money you make a year? This man is paying child support for a child who lives with him.
Thank you for watching the Tip Network. Follow us on all social media outlets and ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom. We're out.
We found true happiness.